All right, friends, welcome back. Welcome back. We are live and we are back in the long dark. I am, as always, Trooper Barry. Welcome, welcome. Uh, those of you who, like me, are part of the long dark community, the kind of a big time for those of us who enjoy playing this little survival game of ours, because the Hinterland just came out with a dev diary with some big news, especially that DLC is coming out. The first DLC in the basically in the game's history after coming out in 2014. It's going to be coming out in December. And I think that's going to be pretty cool. Bear with me, if you will, for just a moment. Let me see if I can do a little technical jiggery pokery. And I, hmm, okay, how about that? Alrighty, so anyway, just one thing I thought I would do today is, because I know I went looking for a personal best in whiteout and got it, so I thought tonight, just kind of a way to ease our way into the weekend, I thought I'd go for another personal best, this time in Hopeless Rescue. It's another one of the four hatchet rated difficulty challenges here in the game. Honestly, it has been years since I've played this thing. So I know I have a time in it. I don't know exactly what that time is or what I'm going to beat, but I figure we might as well just give it a shot and see what kind of time we can post. Especially after it's probably been at least 2 years since I picked it up, so I would think 2 years of map knowledge and at least seeing other people give the game a shot, I can probably beat whatever it is I did, but I don't know what I did. So I guess we're gonna jump in, have ourselves a good time to kick off the weekend, and see if we can set that PB as well. Give me just a second, if you would. Just having some minor technical difficulties on my end. Hey there, sweet. How you doing? Welcome in. Let me see if I can give you a quick shout out. Hey, nice. Work looking material. Okay, thank you so much. Hey, by the way, could you tell me, does the stream look okay to you? It's Twitch is telling me it's giving me unstable, but I don't. It looks okay, but I can't see. So if you want to just give me a shout, and if everything looks good to you, then we will just power on. Because I don't know about y'all, I'm eager to play some Long Dark. Looks fine stuff. Okay, but I'm just on a still screen. You know what? That is a fair point, sweet. Let's see if we can do something about that. All right, so we will go Jennifer Hale as always, and we'll go Hope Res PB 01 because we don't want to jinx anything. All right. Are you the last person alive? You have to know. If only you could get a signal out to someone. So we've got to recover the distress pistol from the summit and then fire it in the Desolation Point lighthouse. Okay, let's see what we can do. And it is just daybreak. It's going to make it heck to see anything in here, but on the good news, it should give us lots of time for traveling. Okay, now we're starting to see stuff. Storm lantern, very nice. Empty. Well, that's no good. Snare? Yeah, probably don't need a snare. Tools? Definitely don't need those. Flare? Definitely. Dog food? Yes. Sewing kit? Firearm cleaning kit? No. Cloth? Sure. Granola bar? Mag lens? Why not? Flare? Absolutely. Uh, hmm. No revolver. I'm not a fan of that. Nope, can't open that. Well, darn. A rifle cartridge. Well, I guess one can't hurt. Some reclaimed wood. Some more reclaimed wood. Tinder, bandage, antibiotics, antiseptic, the whole lot. Well, no painkillers, alas.
I'll take it.
So far, so good. Looks smooth. Awesome. Thank you very much, sweet. Revolver ammo. No stim. Well, I guess you can't get everything. Well. All right. So we got 6 days and change. So now I think what we're going to want to do is take advantage of this gorgeous sunrise we have here. And we're going to go in that-a-way-ish direction. Probably don't need to stop off at the camp office. So I think we'll try to... we do want to head for the derailment, because I know there is there's a little medical kit container, whatever thing there. That can have a stim in it as well. And I think there might even be a revolver in the rail car by the derailment, which would be a big help, having to chase off all those pesky woodland creatures. Want to get a little too close for comfort. Yeah, I know you're. Oh, you got a double body. Neat. Yeah, I think the dev diary actually came out, I guess, overnight for me, which makes sense because
This'll come in handy.
hinterlands in. Let's see, is that going to be better for us? Nope. Okay, on we go. Yeah, it came out overnight for me because hinterlands in British Columbia, and I am. Well, I'm over here on the other side of the Pacific. But what I saw, honestly, it looked really promising. I mean, it's coming. It's not. We just got hints of what was coming because the actual DLC isn't dropping until I think it said December, which is fine because it's. I mean, there's plenty to enjoy as it is, and honestly, given what they said about current saves not being compatible, that's actually probably for the best. This way, people who have like these epic interloper runs, 500, 1,000, 2,000 days going, they'll be able to, I guess, find some closure, I guess you'd call it. Or, I don't know, find a stopping point of some sort. Because that would be awfully rough to just have Hinterland drop that on you and then say, oh, BT dubs, this character in which you probably invested, several, I don't know, months. Ooh, hatchet, lovely. I will take that. Do we have a, oh, yeah, we don't need multiples. Definitely don't need multiples. Maybe we'll keep those just because some sprains are probably in our future. All right, here we go. You say goodbye. Yeah, I mean you put a laughing emoji by that, sweet, and I can understand that. But honestly, like if I was in their position and something I had devoted that much time to just it got taken away from me like on little to no notice, yeah, I'd be pretty annoyed. I can understand why they might not be very pleased with Hinterland. So yeah, it's good that they have but they have a little time at least to to get their affairs in order. And because I'm thinking back to like when Athenon lost Will Eggy Mackenzie in the mine in Blackrock, and there were emotions, there were feels. Here, let me pick up a stone just in case. I know I grabbed an arrow, and I can see a little. That might be a wolf friend. But now people have until December, so that'll be good. And then is he turning around? He's turning around. Okay, he's just patrolling his little neck of the woods. Well, that's fine. You do that. Yeah, I know, sweet. That was. I know that there was no malice on your part. Feel bad for folks that have their long runs. I don't have any runs I'm super attached to, but yeah, I don't have any runs I'm really attached to either. I will say I was one of the things I was thinking about doing, especially here on stream, is like doing a cartographer. But I mean, if everything is going away in what is it? Call it 2 months. I don't know that. Well, I don't know. Can I complete cartographer in 2 months? That might be. Oh, well, I might not be able to do that all on stream, but if I was to play like on a regular basis, maybe I could. I don't know. Something for me to think about. And I will say, in all honesty, I said that the DLC had a whole bunch of news there. The three new regions coming out, plus I guess connectors, and the price point, the loot and the wildlife reshuffle. That's going to be a huge thing. Because I know like memorizing loot tables has been some people's path to success, and I thought that's going away now. Although I guess in a sense that could be also be refreshing because it won't be a completely new game to them, but it'll be a definitely new experience. A couple of the challenges I wanted to try maybe, and take your time with. Now I think I'll wait. Yeah, I can definitely understand that. What challenges were you thinking, sweet? Although if I'm honest, and this just is an example of where my brain goes when I see these things. The one thing that really jumped out to me reading through the dev diary was Raph said that they're finally going to start putting things in the visors, which I know it's not a big thing. It's not even in the team photo of the big things, but at long last, stuff being in the visors will be more than just an urban legend. It will actually be a thing. And that just tickles me. Get more revolver ammo. Beef jerky. No actual revolver. I think I'll save that. That will... Yeah. I'm gonna go over here. Yeah, I forgot there's 3 of these things. Alright, come on. Come on. Away you go. There. Alright, and we go. We might hustle things up a little bit. But yeah, now that things are actually going to be in the visors, it will behoove us to actually give a full accounting. Yes, run, run. Oh, got them both with one fake out. Nice. Maybe some of the man-made ones like Dead World, a challenge you created called Nothing But the Best, and maybe a couple others. Just started your adventures of the Traveling Chef Challenge, but I'm not too far into it, so I don't mind starting over. Ooh, interesting. Tell me about Nothing But the Best. Sweet. What is that? I like to hear these challenges that people come up with. having having taken one crack at it myself, I know it's coming up with a viable challenge isn't necessarily easy. I'm not giving up on the Summit Suite just yet, but it needs some tinkering. I think I might write some lore for it too, just for funsies. But you're absolutely right. The it's the that's I guess sword of Damocles of losing saves really alter your thinking on that. What I might do. So you got anything? Oh, you got anything? Nothing, nothing, nothing. Ooh, chook. That's only vaguely better, but okay. Book? Sure. Granola bar? Absolutely. And we go. I think what I might do, and it'll be painful to say the least, but I might see if I can finally check As the Dead Sleep off the list, because that is the one challenge I have not beaten. Now, that didn't stop Steam from giving me the Challenge Mastery badge, or the achievement, which I think they might have just said, like, complete X number of challenges and you get the achievement, without realizing that they might have X plus 1 challenges at some point. Because if I remember correctly, I got it when I completed Darkwalker, but I had yet to complete As the Dead Sleep, but I'd done every other one. Just keeping an eye out for wolfy friends, and I'm pretty sure there is a medical kit container cabinet, what have you, in here. Maybe this will give us a stim. Or a go drink. I'd take a go drink. Nope, no dice. We are rolling poorly. Ooh, but coffee. Okay. My opinion of this place has risen considerably. Oh, and a windbreaker? It's better than the nothing we have right now. There's many details of the gist of it. You are a... yoink. You are a blacksmith that delivers tools to specific customers. I tell you, let me warm up and give Astrid a bit more energy. We'll just take an hour. They have to be crafted well, so when you forge them, you have to roll a dice and have a certain low set of known roll. Low set, you have to toss it out and craft a new one, and roll a higher number to deem it deliverable. Can be done any difficulty. Have a more official document, everything. That does sound interesting, actually. Have you posted that anywhere, like on a Discord? Maybe I can go check it out there. Because that kind of sounds like what LD is doing at the moment with the is oh I forget the name of it, Ash something. It looks like he's doing that thing where he has to deliver a certain group of products to places all around Great Bear. Oh, just some revolver cartridges laying about. Fun. Okay. I'm not feeling exceptionally motivated to loot. Might be on LD's Discord. Not sure. I haven't officially posted it anywhere yet. Okay. Okay. No, don't need newsprint. Yeah, I guess if you do post that somewhere, you definitely give us a shout because that sounds neat. Oh yes, one thing we definitely need is water. Because this is water. Oh, that's not very much at all, but at the very least, it's water we're going to turn into coffee at some point. Uh, Cotton toque, better than the toque we have. I'm just dropping that. Definitely not. Okay. Another cartridge, but this game is trolling me. Just revolver cartridges everywhere. Not one ding dang revolver. Difference is with his, he can craft it and be done. For yours, it's a dice roll. A couple bad RNG could put you in a rough spot. True. Um, we have a hatchet. They are practically identical. Dropping that. Weapo's at 36%. We gotta be careful about using that. Rifle cartridge. Okay. Come on. Antiseptic sewing kit. That's not much of a med kit now, is it? I'll take the candy. More ammunition. Well, we're not lacking for food. Do I dare try the safe of nothing? Let's try the safe of nothing. Okay, so that's about 5. We'll call that 8. About 45.
I can't feel my hands.
Are we not warming up? Okay, 8:45. There we go. And the safe of nothing gives us
Oh, this stuff will come
a
in
flare
handy.
and crappy mucklucks. Um, you know what? I'm going to carry the crappy mucklucks at the very... Okay, what does it take to repair mucklucks? Let's see. Cloth and leather. Ugh. And an hour and a half. Okay, maybe later. For now, we gotta go. Maybe we'll check the office in here real quick. Oh,
I can use this.
simple parka. Wow. Some of the clothing we're rolling here is truly awful. Bum bum bum. There. Sort by condition. We might as well throw these down because they're just basically a quarter of a kilogram taking up space. Yeah, 49% sardines. That's a big old nope. All right, so let us mosey, and then we'll. It's noon, so probably not much chance of an aurora. I'm gonna be bold and say, but yeah, we'll just get out of here and get moving. Yeah, we are not warming up. I'm I don't know that I'm a fan of that. Yeah, we do have a bedroll. Okay, I just operated under the assumption that we would. Whoops, that was almost silly me. All right, out we go. You have a broken arrow. That's no help to me. A bandage and another storm lantern.
I'll take it.
No. Maybe? Those are actually an improvement as far as temperature goes. So you know what? Sure. Impossible coffee? No impossible coffee. Alas.
This'll come in handy.
Okay. You know what? Those are fine. Drop those, and oh, much as it hurts my heart, I think the Mucklucks are not going to make the trip. Nope. Okay. Yeah, we are already close to capacity, which is not a great sign because we're not even out of Mystery Lake yet. But what the hey, let's go. Now, for the record, I have seen. Oh, how do you say it? Zachnafine? Zach. I have seen his videos speed running this challenge. I will not be doing that. This will be a glitchless attempt. Not out of any sense of moral superiority, but mostly because even if I wanted to do those fancy tricks, I wouldn't know how. So we're going to play this largely legit, I guess. I mean, the closest thing to hacks or would be, I don't know, goading down from the summit, or maybe this. We're just trying to shimmy our way across here. We can save a little time. Oh, there goes that bunny. Its story is not yet written. Come on, Backer 100. I wonder if Hinterland would ever consider either contacting like the Kickstarter backers who didn't fill in their cairns, or like opening up unclaimed cairns to have people for a second go around. I'm not sure how well that would go over. If people would be cool with that, or if that would be disrespectful to folks who backed them the first time around. I mean, it's not like they need the help. Water Lily, welcome in, welcome in. How you doing? We are speed moseying our way through Hopeless Rescue, and that fog set in quickly. Sheesh. Yep, talking about that, and then like the developments from the Dev Diaries. Busy day, but happy to catch you. Well, we're glad to have you. Hope your day goes well. Busy as it will be. But yeah, sweet. We were just talking about like the prospect of when the DLC and like the big update drops in December. People are going to be none of the save files are going to be able to carry over, and that's gonna really hurt some folks, especially the people who have like 500,000-day interloper runs, they're gonna have to bid farewell to those characters, and that's harsh. You're very sad. Um, over what, pray tell? Oh, you play X, but you have an almost. Oh, you have an almost 900-day run. Oh, that'll do it. There's a guy on YouTube that has like a 10,000-day run. I've heard that. Someone was mentioning that, I think in Tina's stream. I forget who it was. But yeah, that is a. Whew, I mean, that is a stonking amount of time. Gonna try to get to 1,000 before January. Well, I'm not sure at which point. 0.64, 0.48. Okay, let's just use this one. I'm not sure when in December this is supposed to happen, so um, you might have time. I'm not 100% sure. I'll go ahead and grab that. Oh, that's right. That's right. Good shout. Yeah, the Xbox update is won't be until later. It's only it's only for Steam and I guess Epic where everything is initially happening. Yes, thank you for reminding me, Lily. That is an important point. You know, you're here, living in a PC gamer world. I got to remember there's lots of folks who aren't on that. 'Cause what did they say in the dev diary? There's something like 10 million Long Dark players like worldwide, which is one absolutely fantastic, but it's also like
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
finally hand coverings. But only like 4 million of those 79 now. Only 4 million of those 10 million are on Steam. Everyone else is distributed over all the other various and sundry platforms. But yeah, and like as Sweet and I were talking about, like if you have a run going for that amount of time, I mean, you've got investment in that character. I mean, that's like, I don't want to go so far as to say like it's a loss in the family. It's not going to be anything that momentous, but still, I mean, it's gonna hurt psychically if nothing else. Because like I remember I was watching when Ath lost Eggy McKenzie to the gas in the Blackrock mine, and there were feels. Oh nope, that's not what we want. We want to get out a flare. Are we not warming up? We're not warming up. Well, yeah, that stung. Okay, and here we are in the pleasantest of valleys. Nope. There you go, Astrid. Your long run taught you Ash Canyon and how to gut. Go. Hey, there you go. That that's great stuff. That's goating is a useful skill pretty much wherever. And if you got Ash Canyon figured, that's that's a really good skill to have because there's lots of things there where if you're not familiar with it, you could easily get turned around. Uh, so I remember my first attempt at Interloper was on. They spawned me in Ash Canyon, and it it ended real quick. That's another broken arrow, not useful to me. Coffee, coffee, coffee. Those are not coffee. You got any coffee on you, bud? You sure don't. All right. Thanks anyway. Hey, bunnies. So long as we're in the neighborhood, we'll check this cave right here. And then, yeah, crackers. I guess there's always crackers here. Or I say always.
This stuff will come in handy.
After the December update, that might not be a thing. So I think what we'll do, we'll head over to we'll head up to Signal Hill. Maybe we'll finally get a stim there. Or maybe also we'll finally get a revolver that we can finally use, get some use out of all this revolver ammo we have. Love watching Interloper, but I don't think I'll ever play it. I have enough stress IRL, and you know what? That is perfectly valid. I'm right there with you. Honestly, when I did it, I was strictly going for the achievement. But yeah, Interloper is harrowing to watch on its own. I know it's old hat for some people, but especially early game Interloper, when you basically spawn wearing a t-shirt, some jeans, maybe a baseball cap. Yeah, that's it. And you got next to nothing, especially no bedroll. That's a lot, and I can understand why some folks would not have any fun with that at all. I might try a survive. Yes, the achievement is survive 1 day on Interloper. And weird as it sounds, I mean, if you know, like the general way you're going, Pleasant Valley might actually be one of the best places to spawn, because you have plenty of shelter between the farmhouse, the barns, Thompson's Crossing. You don't have the proliferation of cattails that you might have in other places, but all told, it's not bad. That's where I finished my achievement, and that's also, I think I cut that run out pretty much, yeah, not long after securing the achievement. All right, here we go. Got a pry bar for me? You sure don't. Okay, real quick, I am gonna drop that, drop that. 4 kids, 3 with special needs. Pilgrim is your wind down. Perfectly understandable. That let me just use this up. Yeah, that is. Yeah, can we use that? Maybe. Honestly, and I know certain people who might frequent this channel, but will go unnamed. You know, they take what are almost certainly lighthearted digs at people who play anything less than Interloper. And more rifle ammunition. But honestly, I think Pilgrim is great. Pilgrim is great. Voyager is great. There's more revolver ammunition. And especially if you're the kind of person, like me and like you, Lily, more coffee, awesome. If your main goal is just to chill, have fun, Pilgrim is pretty much tailor-made for you. 22%. No, 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 no. Fire Striker, sure. No coffee, don't need another sewing kit.
This will come in handy.
A shell casing. Ooh, wow! 100% expedition parka. Okay, game. You got me. Well played. Let's see. So let's see. That's 4% sprint. That is
Kind of heavy.
0% sprint. You know what? I'm going to wear, let's see. That is 0.4. That's 0.2. I'm going to wear this. Just drop that parka. That is, oh, there we go. Revolver. Good revolver? 81% revolver. Nice.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
And we got 35 rounds. Alrighty. Man, Signal Hill is being all kinds of nice to us. Now I'm going to make sure to put that away because I know me and I will accidentally, oh, and a stim. Just ski boots? No. Insulated boots. Did you not hear me when I said I wanted a sprint game? Sweatshirt. Double sweatshirt. Works for me. And more rifle. You know what? To heck with this. I'm not taking a rifle. It's going to be way too heavy. While we got the daylight, how about we pop outside and make us some coffee? All right. No mag lens, alas. Tinder plug, sure. Book, absolutely. Yeah. I don't. What did I see on Reddit? There was like the 100% Fire Striker Club. No luck. We only had like a 50 something odd percent Fire Striker. But you know what? 100% Expedition Parker. That's a heck of a consolation prize.
Oh, yeah.
I will not turn my nose up at that. Actually, here. Maybe we hold on to those. We'll throw the other cedar on there. There we go. We have cooked coffee. And cooked coffee. And while we're here, that is probably one of the heaviest things we're carrying, so we'll just...
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Astrid, I was just in the middle of dropping some of this gear. Oops. I might not have wanted to do that. That's all right, we're cooking coffee anyway. Where were the pork and beans? And we dropped the pork and beans too. Uh, what else did you think of the dev diary there, Lily? Okay, that has 8 minutes till it's ready. That's 7 minutes till it's ready. Why don't we just go ahead and chow down on that. And drop the can. One thing that I was particularly tickled by was the side of they said they were going to start putting things in the visors. Ooh, and the thermos, yes, also a good shout. Judging by what I interpreted Raph was saying on Twitter, it sounds like that's going to be available even on Interloper, so that's going to be pretty huge. Excellent. Okay, where am I? Okay, those count. Let's just drop, drop, drop. Hey, Packer, welcome in, welcome in. We're just having ourselves a quick chat about what everything we read in the dev diary. See, that's got an hour and a half on it. Let me make a little water. Hoping you can use the sled to haul a carcass or at least a bag's meat somewhere safer. That would be really smart. Because I know, quartering is a useful technique, but there's also so much so much danger in there. Okay. Yeah, I was saying like I was just tickled by the fact that they're finally going to start putting stuff in the visors. So finding things in the visors won't be an urban legend anymore. It will actually come to pass. And I know that's not a big thing by any stretch of the imagination, but it's just fun. Okay. Everything good? Hot, 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 hot. Okay, we'll take that. Where does that leave us on water? We got plenty. I don't think we need to make all the coffee right now. Until the Ziploc bags come out and stop stink when traveling, you won't stop one. Okay, I can see that. Pick up, pick up, pick up, pick up. Let's see just how cold this is. Yeah, cold indeed. Okay, that's fine. One more. All right, and we go. So now I would like to go. Let's see if we can take a shortcut of sorts down to ground level, and then we'll head over to the farmhouse. And that might be a place to catch our first sleep of this particular run. But yeah, as Lily was saying, like the thermos sounds like it's going to be really cool. Um, there's a they said there's going to be I forget like game was it modes mechanics I can't remember exactly what. Oh gosh, that's fine. I'm curious to see what these new the game modes they're talking about are, but also like I think they said like there's going to be like mid-game challenges that are supposed to tell you that those are like unlock the secrets of like the far range and all of its mysteries, which sounds really cool. Yeah, we don't need one of those. I think we're probably fine. We can just head straight to the farmhouse. Again, keeping our eyes open for furry woodland creatures. Because I know there's a bar that wanders over there by that purple car. I know, because I think what was it? When I did the Nomad challenge, I ended up getting mauled by it twice. Just yeah, about right there. like I was saying, I think we can just hang out here for a very short bit, because that was terrifying. All right. Another flare. Lovely. While we're here, let's have us a soda. Packer asks what the weather is like right now in the Midwest. It's a nice 50. 51, that's pretty good for mid-October. I think if you're... There we go. Oh, no. Light sources. Get a torch. Oh, look at that. Another flare hiding on the ground. Everything's coming up Millhouse. Anything here? A revolver cartridge. Well, sure. Oh, and more lantern fuel. Okay. Okay. We'll be very careful popping our head out here. Yeah. Okay. We're going to be ever so quiet. Here, yeah, I'm trying to think. It's in the mid 20s Celsius. So, I'm trying to remember what that is in freedom units. Um, I think it's 70s-ish. But also remember that we are also in a much more southerly latitude. I think in terms of latitude, I think we are roughly like on the same lines as like Mexico City. We're also right on the water, so it's warmer. It's also much more humid. Yeah, this time of year it's gorgeous. It's great. You can go out for a walk and go around, and if you want to do hiking, you can do it all without melting into a big sweaty mess. The problem is that's only the case from like October through like maybe March. But summer it never really gets hotter than about like high 80s, low 90s, but the humidity is just diabolical. And we'll regularly have days where it's like high 80s, like 80% humidity. Pry bar, lovely. So, yeah, less Los Angeles, more Orlando. Okay, we got any maple syrup for us? You sure don't. I don't know. Pot? Nah. More coffee? Yes. Okay, pot friend, you are going there. There's their maple syrup. It will definitely take more water. That is not for me. It takes some getting used to. Not gonna lie. Medicine shelf and a septic. We're lousy with it. Ooh, new toque. That is most definitely an upgrade. And that's actually an upgrade for that one. Nope, 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 nope. Nope. Wear that. Drop that. Check in here real quick.
Well, this stuff
Nope.
will come in handy.
No, Astrid, no, it will not. Accelerant? Sure. More grape soda. Mountain snow and changing seasons for me. Well, I say we have lots of mountains out here, and seasons do change, kind of. But yeah, no, if it ever snows here, things have gone very wrong. Okay, you and you. Lovely. Now we'll just use a cardboard match. It's all the same. We want torch, and really, that's all we have. Okay, use the newsprint and a stick. You learned a lot about Hong Kong this year. It has the biggest shipping port. I don't know, not the biggest. One of the biggest shipping ports. I don't know that. No, I think either Shanghai or Shenzhen might be the actual biggest, but you know, Hong Kong is up there. Okay, and we'll throw some wood on there. All right, and cooking the coffee. That's it. And how in 20 years China wants it back. Oh no, China already has Hong Kong back. That happened in 1997. Let me see, is there anything we can bring? Oh yeah. Do we have that? No, I ditched that. All right. Yeah, the handover happened in 1997. What's happening in 2047? Um, that's supposed to be because we were supposed to have 50 years of what they call one country, two systems, to where we are still part of China, but we're still allowed to function under like basically the system that let Hong Kong become, I guess, the international kind of cosmopolitan city that it is. But the, but yeah, the in recent years, actually, kind of basically since I got here, um, that timetable seems to have accelerated. Some people feel like we're being mainlandized faster than we might otherwise want to. Now, I mean that's a topic for that's a subject for debate, I guess. We're going to be sleeping anyway, so if we get food poisoning, so be it. Um, but but yeah, so we have some autonomy, not as much as Hong Kong used to, but it's still there are still significant differences between us and the mainland. One of the biggest being like um, we don't. Do I not have? Did I go through all my coffee? No, I have three things of coffee right there. You silly game. When was that? Okay. Anyway, yeah. Because like if you see like stories coming out of mainland China where people are like they're having lockdowns even now. Parts of Beijing, Shanghai, Chengdu, like major cities with tens of millions of people. A couple cases pop up in a neighborhood and they lock down. Um, we don't do that here. There was some talk that we might at some point have locked down the whole city and then just do one round of mass testing. But as I understand it, the business community came together and said, "You're going to do what now?" So that idea did not fly. Let me make just a little water. Okay. How much more coffee do we have? One. Awesome. Okay. You're going to make that, and you're going to make me a little water. Yeah, I know. Uh, don't don't worry too much about it, Packer. It's I don't know if how much the schools do current events, because that's not. I know it's not really something you can put on a standardized test. So especially if you're at a public school, I can understand how it might be de-emphasized. Okay, that is done. Still got 30 minutes on the old fire. take that. We'll take that. And we'll take that. And we'll take that. And because we picked up yet another lantern, let's go ahead and use that. Let's see. Anything in the fridge for me? Nope. Freezer?
Probably useful.
Yeah, that's not coming with. Sleepy time tea? No. We will go upstairs and see if we can get some more water. Let's see. Sport Fest? Nope. That's crap. Flare? Candy bar? Ooh. Wool mittens? Good mittens? Not good mittens. Well, forget it then. Rifle ammo? Go away with that. Nope. Not sure what an energy bar is doing in the med kit, but sure. Since I'm convinced you're a fun. No, Packer. I don't know everything. I just know what I know. And even then, I I can be and have been wrong. So, but that is flattering. Thank you. Anything in there? Nope. Medicine shelf. Good grief. Energy bars for days, but no go drinks and like one stim. Also, why? No, that's right. We're keeping both of those for sprains. Frostbite risk went away. I mean, lovely, but all right. You know what? I'm just going to put that there. Asher can have herself a nightlight. And then we'll just throw that down. And as we're waiting, let me just see if we can drop stuff we definitely don't need. Probably going to not need all those cardboard matches. We'll keep the coal and the sticks and that. I might tear up those into tinder. Probably need to do that actually. If I was feeling actually no, we don't need that anymore. Now that we got ourselves a revolver, so that frees us up there. We got a buttload of flares. I'm a big fan of that. I think Packer raises a good point. We can go check the med box in the basement. And maybe that'll tire Astrid out just a little bit more, so we'll get in a good sleep.
I think I can use this.
Nope. Man, sewing kit's an antiseptic for days. Wood matches in a guaranteed. Well, I say guaranteed for now. Who knows what the match spawns are going to be like?
Nobody needs this anymore.
Cargo pants? Well, bonus pants. So what the heck? Combat boots? Nope. That's going to kill our sprint. That's good, as far as I'm concerned. No, Stim, yeah. Our luck is swinging back and forth in this run. We've had no stims, or no, one stim, no go drink, and honestly, a mostly terrible clothing, but we did get a revolver, a silly amount of ammunition, and a 100% expedition parka at Signal Hill. So you know what? Swings and roundabouts. Let's go for, corn dog buyers. Welcome in. Good to see you. Thanks for swinging by. And as long as you're here, let me see if I remember how to work this magic. Hey, nice. Ooh, 7 days to die. Fun. How are you liking that? I haven't touched that since I guess since the big massive update came out. And you can tell how clued into the game I am if I'm calling it the big massive update. How it goes? It's going pretty well. We're wrapping up the week, we're wrapping up the week here. Weekend starting soon. Going for a PB. We are speed moseying, as I'm calling it, and we're also having ourselves a chat about what we saw in the dev diaries because there's some pretty promising things, and also like the could also be some heartache on the way because I know lots of people have long runs like on Interloper and whatnot that they're pretty invested in, and if people have to walk away from that, that's a lot. So I'm gonna drop that, drop that, drop that. Oh, 6 liters of water. Okay, that might go some way to explaining why. Gosh, why are we so heavy? There, that's better. Yeah, we just gotta. I've ditched 2 lanterns and we're still sitting on 3 more, which is almost certainly overkill. But you know. Oh hey, yeah. Long as we're up, what say we craft us some tinder plugs? It's a lot to walk away from, but the updates are fortunate. Yeah, absolutely. And I think as Lily was talking about, it sucks in one sense, but the fact that the update is only coming at least for like Steam and Epic in December, and if you're a console player, you probably have until January to, I guess, God, that sounds macabre to say like put your character's affairs in order. But I mean, it's a not inappropriate sentiment because I mean it is a loss. It's not like a loss of a family member, but I mean if you're putting in 500, 700, 1,000 days, I mean you grow attached to a character. Might as well throw down more of these sodas because they are just taking up all amount of space. I wonder. Yeah, gonna ditch that. Gonna ditch that. Can you get food poisoning from an MRE? I don't remember. And we're crouching because we've already had one close encounter with the Fuzzy Wuzzy who likes to wander around here. Oh, hello, door. Fuzzy Wuzzy. No Fuzzy Wuzzy? No Fuzzy Wuzzy. All right, onward. Yeah, the run will still be there if they were deleted. If they were deleted, I think it'd be more upsetting. Yeah, that would be quite a bit of whiplash if all of a sudden, your run just oopsie poopsie, no longer compatible. Because I think like the example I was using, or I guess like the comparison, it's like when Athenon lost Eggy McKenzie in the mine in Blackrock after what was it, 800? I don't think it was quite 1,000 days, like 800 some odd days. I mean, there were feels, there was hurt. I think there was also frustration with what is undoubtedly a silly game mechanic, but if put that you put that much time into a character, you give him backstory. It sucks, it really does. And I think as As Sweet was saying earlier, it also kind of a disincentive for people to, I guess, start anything that might end up being a long time run or a long term run. Something that might take them more than a month or so. Nougat, welcome in, welcome in. Welcome to welcome to the fun. Here, let me hit you up with a shout out as well. Shout out GNU. Nice. I can do the streaming thing, right? Oh, on console they will be deleted. Oof. Looking forward to devising a horrible demise for Will before the update. Oh dear. Although honestly, I mean, given the amount of complaints I hear about Will and his heavy breathing, you might not be alone in that, Nougat. Hey, you're trying to? Of course, happy to. I love it when folks come on by. I try to, because I know the long dark community is good about bigging each other up, shouting each other out. So I like to stay a part of that too. Gives you a good reason to get back to the game, sure. But I can also understand like people wanting to wait, because one of the things they mentioned in there was there's going to be a complete revamping of the loot table. Not just the loot table, but the what is it the wild? I guess wildlife as well. Not entirely sure how they're going to do that, but yeah, they're going to rework the loot table and the I guess the loot distribution. So even if you've been playing the Long Dark for a while, um, it won't be a completely new game, but that's going to throw quite a hitch into it, which is rad for I mean, for something that's been out and came out in early access in 2014 for it to still feel fresh and new. I mean, that's an achievement. Okay, bridge is over there. Burned out whatever's over here. So I think this is the way back to like the way up. That is the way down when you're playing the hunted. That's how I'm sorting this all out in my brain. Haven't been active in months, but it's a good touch, though I understand the frustrations of long runs. Yeah. And I'm also curious, like, what, because I was wondering if they would add any new challenges, yeah, like this, or like as the dead sleep. But it sounded like they're going to add something, but they're like it sounds like they're going to be challenges within your survival run that are supposed to um, show you like the mysteries of the far range, which sounds cool, but I wonder how they're going to do it, like in a sandbox mode, which is supposed to be all unscripted and player driven. If we have a log ridge coming up here, then I have gone the right way. Yes, lovely. And as I've been saying, because and shows you just how petty my brain is, but one of the things that leapt out to me from the dev diary was the fact that they will finally start putting things in the visors. So it's no longer an urban legend, which, as I said, it's not a big thing. It's not even in the team photo of the big things, but having seen some of the fevered speculation, even if it was just in the comments section of the Long Dark Wiki, it's a nice touch. Now, whether the devs are rewarding the people who've kept the faith all this time, or they're trolling us, eh, I'm not fussed really. Okay, let me duck in here real quick. I can thaw out, nothing else. Rifle ammo. So ding dang much rifle ammo.
Okay.
Crackers. That's a good calorie to weight ratio. Off to physical therapy. All right, Lily. I don't want to say have fun because I'm pretty sure physical therapy isn't fun, but I hope it goes well and you get a lot out of it. Oh boy, it's -8 here. Okay, well, scotch that. Let's see, we're at the plane, right? I think we're at the plane. Ooh, if we're at the plane, one thing we can do is we can go up, check the main fuselage, I think it is. The main bit should have, if it doesn't have a stim, maybe it'll have a go drink for us, which will be the next best thing. Pfizer, I have faith they've done well in the past. Yeah, I mean, I know some people like in the Hinterland forums, they were getting a little touchy about uh, a uh, a dev diary that was supposed to come a while ago not seeming to show up, and I don't know, not a big fan of that kind of behavior. But I mean, in retrospect, seeing everything that they piled in there, and like especially the heavy, like the import of some of the things they announced, I can understand why Raph and Hinterland wanted to take their time and get this right. Yeah, I would say if any group have earned their player base's trust, it would be Hinterland. Those don't look very good, but let's
I'll
see.
take it.
Warn. Well, maybe. Better? Sure. And wow. No go drink and no stim.
Looks like this has been here a while.
And a terrible, you know what? Just here. Now you don't have to be lonely, crappy MRE. You can have yourself a friend. Yeah. Okay, well, that was a bust. Hmm. Well, much as... See, where are we hypothermia risk-wise? Not great. Oh, another flare, of course. Why not? Okay, let's pop over. Let's pop over here. We'll just go down into the basement. Maybe we'll take a quick nap to warm up. Assuming we warm up in the basement, which I guess that's no guarantee. Okay, and yeah, there's a furry woodland creature over there, ready to make its acquaintance. Anything else stick out to you, Corn Dog, as far as the dev diary goes? I know we're it's not a whole lot to go on, but I'm curious what other people think. Like I know it came out overnight for me. I missed all the hot takes. Watching for a Wolfie friend. is going around the tree. Let's see if we can go around this side. Oh, fine.
This will
Nope,
come in handy.
that's fine. Hoping they fix the mapping bug of not checking off locations. That would definitely be good. I do want to do cartographer at some point, so that would be very handy. That's a lot of firewood that I'm not going to need. Revolver cartridge, cured leather. Been away from TLD long enough that I haven't any bad feelings. Okay, 81% sardines, fine. But we will eat those immediately. There we go. Haven't been away from TLD long enough to have any bad feelings. It needs change, though. Okay, I can see that. And we are warming up, if only a very little bit. Oh, first aid kit. Anything? Yeah, stim, finally. Oh, backup socks, too. I'll take those. Ooh, good socks, even better.
This stuff will come in handy.
More good socks. Okay. This is a worthwhile stop off. Okay, why don't we do that? And is that better? That is better. Lovely. And we'll just ditch. Nope, bother. Okay, take two. Wear that, drop that. Very good. Drop that. And I think that is all the excess clothing. Unpopular perhaps, but I like the idea of not knowing there's a mag lens behind a box upstairs in a building before going into it. You know what? That's fair. Um, it's reassuring, but at the same time, probably does take some of the mystery out of the game. Okay, drop a bedroll. We'll have ourselves a quick nap. An energy bar and a soda right before sleeping. Yep, which is the best way to take a nap, so I'm told. And there's Pleasant Valley being pleasant. Maybe. Let's just see. What are we carrying far too much of? Okay, let's see. 0.82, 0.26, 0.64. And we'll go ahead and drop that one. And we'll keep that one as an emergency backup, I suppose. Do we need 8 flares? No. Are we going to take 8 flares? Yeah. Definitely want that. Okay, let's poke our head out here real quick and see just how Pleasant Valley is being. Yeah, it's typical Pleasant Valley. I know it seems kind of counterintuitive, or I guess against the idea of the challenge, but as I say, we're not speed running, we're speed moseying. So we'll take another 1 hour nap, see if we can change that. Nope. Okay. We'll give it one more hour. Yeah, that doesn't sound like it's changed all that much. And that's because it hasn't. All right, well, in that case, let's make use of this time now that we are unable to sleep. And maybe we'll patch up some of this less than desirable clothing of ours. Oh, you're supposed to be napping before work, so I'll lurk for you now. Best luck on the Speedmoseying. Well, thanks for stopping by, Corn Dog. Yes, by all means, nap away. You know, a good nap is an important part of the day. I I fully support your nap. And I guess good luck in work. Don't know if it's the kind of work that you're meant to enjoy or just tolerate, but I hope work is as tolerable as possible for you. Okay, still nothing of that. So we might as well use some of all these ding dang sewing kits that we keep picking up. And at least like make our clothes slightly less crap. That's gonna take an hour. Nope, Pleasant Valley still being pleasant. That's an hour too. Gosh. 45 minutes. Okay, fine. Really? Okay. That sounds like it is calmed down. How much cloth? We have one piece of cloth left. Okay. Let me grab that. Harvest that up right quick. There. And once again, we go pound down some sodas, and we'll get ready to travel. And honestly, I'm probably carrying entirely too many of these things, but as anyone who's seen me play will know, I am nothing if not an inveterate loot goblin, which in Whiteout works just fine. In this challenge, very much not. Good, good grief. You know what? The heck with it. Let's go. I would think at the very least, we can take advantage of one, having the wind at our back, and then two, you know, the wind taking care of any wolves. But we're also wandering about in a blizzard, which is never the rightest idea. No, there's no need for that. Guess we could go for the cave. Because I know we're going back.
Sure getting cold.
I mean, a thought comes to mind. I wonder if cabin fever is a risk in this challenge, but maybe just no one thought to ask. Or no one's been daft enough to be outdoors long enough for that, and we've just, all right, fine. All right, fine, Pleasant Valley, you win. Good grief. Let's see. Well, we only have two more cloths, so I don't see the use in that. Well, no. Okay, we're gonna take one shot at this. See if we can do it before we lose the light. Of course. Good grief. Uh, yeah, we are on the thirsty side. One more? Nah. Okay. Well, now we're probably out of repairing territory. You really, waiting out a blizzard is like I said, it's antithetical to what this challenge is. You're supposed to be on a time limit here, but you know, Pleasant Valley just refuses to cooperate. And we don't have anything else to sharpen with a whetstone. Right? Yep. Tinder, we're good. Meds, we're good. I would like to repair that, but we're down to one piece cloth. I left the rifle cleaning kit, so not much we can do with that. All right, well, let's just get some shut-eye, and maybe this stupid blizzard will finally pass. There. Good grief. That's pitch blackout, more than likely, which is not great traveling weather, but we're going to go. Because I don't know about y'all, I'm tired of waiting. Oh, wow, and as it turns out, I didn't necessarily need to do that because it is a crystal clear night out. But still, now that the blizzard's gone, our little furry woodland friends might be back as well. So, yeah. And again, we have 8 flares, so we might as well pop one. Okay, so plane there. We want to go this way. The idea being at some point we will come to either we'll find the little footpath that'll take us up to the abandoned preppers cache, or what is more likely, we'll wander to the point of disagreement and the 2 wolfies who inhabit there, and then we'll have to sashay around them before going to the abandoned prepper cache. We got 5 days. It'll be fine. What are the odds of there being 2 blizzards in Pleasant Valley? I mean, really. Okay, there's a hunter blind. Now, allegedly, and I'm going off of what I remember from Zach's, one of Zach's YouTube videos on this challenge, but allegedly there might be coffee in hunter blinds. I think he said like some blinds have a higher chance of it spawning than others. He did not say which, of course, so I guess that's for us to work out. There is, nope. Hunting knife, I guess. Nope, nope. Okay. On we go. Hey, dear. How's the family? Yeah, I know fight or flight instincts, dear. Sure, sure. But have you considered running at right angles? That's probably going to be a much more productive use of your time. Because if you notice, you've just run away, and then every time I eventually catch up to you, which I assume is not what you want. Alrighty, here we go. And here is also our first mandatory climb of this here challenge, because I don't think you can campfire your way up there, although I'm sure someone has tried. Pop our head in here. Nope. Okay. More firewood over there. Nope. I think what I might do, we will pop into the cache here real quick, and we will search for stim, coffee, go, drink. Any of that lovely, lovely caffeinated goodness. Or not. Another piece of cloth. That's a thing. Nope. And yet another lantern. What does that make for this challenge? 6? Nope. A hacksaw. Oh, jeez. What? 80%. Okay. Nope. You know what? Where? No. Nope. Can I grab? There.
This'll come in handy.
we'll just use this one. There we are. Not going to pass up a freebie. That just wouldn't be me. No.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
All right. What's one more flare, I ask. Okay. Then what we'll do, we'll stash extra stuff here. You know, we probably don't need those. We got sticks. Let's see. The can opener weighs less than the knife. We're not going to be chopping up anything. But the knife, well, or we could just not get in wolf struggles. And we'll leave one sewing kit behind. We'll take the ammo in case we need to scare off any wolf friends. 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, we'll leave behind 3 flares. Hey, Packer, welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, well, the hatchet is also like 1.5 kilograms. And between the two of those are only 0.75. Pry bar? No. We'll throw down a couple sodas before we go. That'll lighten our load there. We are taking both stims because there will be climbing involved. We'll leave that packet of matches behind. There, and that gets us down below 30. Excellent. So, quick 3-hour nap because we definitely want to sleep before climbs, and the light gave out. That is perfectly fine. It's going to be sunrise here shortly. How much water are we packing? That's fine. We are fully rested, so we're good there. Nope, not a blizzard, just windy. That's fine. So, our first cup of coffee of the day, well, will probably be the first of many. Alrighty, job done there. Now we're going to get to, I'm going to make the transition to Timberwolf. And having recently done that little test run on the Summit Sweep Challenge, I would like to think I will not struggle in finding my way to the summit, but this is me we're talking about. I am directionally challenged even at the best of times, so shenanigans are always a possibility. The wind is kind of against us here, which is not great, but should be able to make it there before too long. And then I know there's some, fancy Dan out of bounds trick you can do by going up hard to the left when you come into Timberwolf Mountain. But one, we are doing this in a glitchless fashion, and two, even if I wanted to make use of such out of bounds tricks and whatnot, I don't know how to. So we're not going to do that anyway. So it's easy to take the moral high ground when you have no other option, right? No, I have no moral objection to uh, all these various and sundry speedrun tactics. If that what makes the long dark fun for you, hey, go for it. You know, it's like the people who installed the multiplayer mod. If that's your bag, hey, abundanza. You know, it's no skin off of my nose. It seems to me that the isolation and not having anyone to rely on or interact with is kind of one of the core aspects of at least the survival mode in the long dark. But some folks want a buddy, or some, or judging by the YouTube videos I've seen, someone to break dance with. And hey, that's perfectly valid. I never would have taken Will McKenzie for much of a break dancer, but hey, there's video evidence that I am wrong, and I will own my wrongness.
Did I say I hate being cold? Because I really do.
You know, Astrid, you might have mentioned it once or twice, mostly in passing. So I think what we'll do here, we will come up, we will make a stop in Mountaineer's Hut, if for no other reason than just to warm up, because that is something we need to do. And then we will probably also see if we can offload a bit more weight, because there will be many climbs ahead. And if we can get ourselves even further down below 30 kilograms, maybe even closer to 20, that'll be a big help. Okay, Mountaineer's Hut ahoy. Sure.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Oh wow, that one's nice and full. Okay, anything we actually want? Another sewing kit. Game is trolling me. There's something else under there. That's a firearm cleaning kit. No.
This stuff
Sport
will come in
Fest.
handy.
No. Flare, of course. Another hacksaw. 28%. Nah. A ragged light shell. Nah. We're probably good there. We'll take that. And honestly, which one's the lesser? 1.5 or 0.99? Oh, nope, that's... You were supposed to drop that there. And a nice little bit of symmetry. Sure. Okay. No, we're not in dire straits yet. Because did we pick up more coffee? I think we did pick up more coffee. Do we need to make more coffee? Because we still have like 10 coffees we haven't used.
That's a good one.
Okay, go ahead and pop one of those cedar on there. Well, let me check. Um, no, we actually did not. We just have 10, 13 coffees on us, which, you know what? That is perfectly fine. See, that's got another. Okay, put another hour on that. Still got sodas. All right, now we'll warm up and some. Eh. And while we do so, let's see, what else do we definitely not need? Probably don't need that stone now that we have the revolver. Don't need to take that. That's in good enough condition. We will take one lantern and then a little bit of fuel. We also have flares if, speaking of, move a couple of those there. Heavy food. Here, we'll move a liter of water in there. Both of those. We will keep all of those. Then the rest of that food is awfully light. We have no extra clothing. And I guess with the fire striker, we can afford to leave one set of matches behind. So we got 22 there. Where does that leave us? 24. Closer to 20 than we were before. Take a quick 1 hour nap. Excellent. Well, I would say we are not fully rested. Oh, that is an awful torch. How dare you? That's less awful. But we also have coffees that we can go through. And that'll also... Oh, good grief. 15 minutes. All right, fine. Have a stick. That'll get us some of that energy back and give us warming up, which should come in handy because like it's early morning, so it's still going to be awfully cold out there. All right, down the hatch. Lovely. Now, this might not last very long because it is quite windy out there, but I'm sure it will give its all. No wolfie in sight over there. We got buns and deer, so we should have, well, I say we should. I like our chances of having a good clear shot to the wing with no predatory interference. Although we'll be keeping our head on a swivel because I know there is a bear cave right over there. And with bear caves come bears. It is a very nice sunrise. You know, pity it's so cold, but I guess You can't have everything. Nice clear day, brightly lit, and a lack of a blizzard. So that'll just have to be good enough. Oh, there's Bear Friend. Maisie, hello, hello, welcome in. Um, I can't remember if I mentioned this to you on another stream, but I think, oh dear, there's a moosin right over there. If we're not careful, it's going to tap dance on our chest. Anyway, where was I before I interrupted myself? Maisie, yes, hello. Welcome in. Going well. Like the title suggests, we are speed moseying. I said we were trying to get a personal best on this here challenge, and then Pleasant Valley decided to be pleasant and hit us with a blizzard. So that might complicate our efforts ever so slightly. You mean pounce? Well, I mean, it'll pounce initially, but if it only pounced once, then that might not be so bad. But then it does other things. It makes use of the full force of gravity, unfortunately. Oh yes, the other thing I was saying, I I believe I have worked out the issue that led you and Cats to get obliterated from chat. You should be fine now. I think. I am I am not a tech savvy person, but I believe that should be sorted. Okay, there we go. There's the log bridge we're looking for. That tells me we're on the right track. It might be kind of a testament to the way I play, or maybe the way my brain works. But I guess when I get memorable moments happen, like the place in which they happen, kind of gets seared in my brain too. Like because I remember this spot specifically because when I was doing the Darkwalker challenge, I uh, I was trying to get down to the entrance to Ash Canyon, but as it turned out, I took a wrong turn and I ended up here. And the Darkwalker ended up catching up to me, so I ended up goating from where that log bridge was, basically down to the entrance to Ash Canyon, with I guess whatever kind of nature demon was, nipping at my heels. So that was quite the experience, and being a goat, I ended up basically spraining most of everything. So remember getting down and then like the Darkwalker getting within the 50 meters, which triggers the fear. I think I ended up pausing to bandage. Did I bandage? Yeah, I think I bandaged the ankles and then basically stim sprinted from the bottom of that goat, basically to where you end the Darkwalker challenge. You've seen everyone do Darkwalker and GBH and Great Bear Hunt and Interloper. Okay. Yeah, the Darkwalker thing was before I started streaming, so yeah, no dice there. But you've only ever done Wintermute. Hey, there's no shame in that. Do what you like. If the challenges speak to you, do those. If survival or story mode is you're here, I mean, hey, by all means, load up on story mode. And Raph would probably love you for it because that's his baby. like the saying goes, the only wrong way to play the long dark is to not play the long dark. All right, that's just going to go away. I mean, of course, I say that, but the long dark being just one, well, one of a few games I've played here so far. I've only been streaming for 2 weeks. I think it's 2 weeks as of today, and I've played basically three different games. I've played Long Dark, played Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, and then Growing Up. But yeah, I think the Long Dark will feature regularly here, but I do I like other games too, and I'm going to play other games. But I guess if as long as I keep the Long Dark in the rotation, that probably still counts as playing the Long Dark. Is it me or is your stream keep lagging? I don't see any indication of lag on this end. Twitch tells me the bit rate is excellent, so not sure what to tell you. Play story first of any game you play. Yep,
My fingers numb.
that makes sense. Oh, and that deer took one for the team. I appreciate that, deer. Good on you. Oh, that is a reminder to me that I am walking around without any source of light and/or heat. So let's be sure to fix that. But yeah, as I said, especially in Long Dark, playing story first doubly makes sense because there really is no tutorial in this game. Basically, the tutorial is episode 1. And I guess to a lesser extent, episode 2 and episode 3. I think by the time you're going to jail with Will, I think it is assumed you have a pretty good working knowledge of the game. Because if you don't, that's going to go poorly for you. No? Am I too early? Am I too late? Oh, I might have been too early. Yeah, just bam, your plane crashed, and you're just yeah, it it throws you right in, via throwing you through the windshield.
I just want to lay down for a bit.
But I guess the trade-off with that is, story mode is also the one game mode that isn't permadeath. So if things go wrong, you can always, reload and try again. So I guess I don't know if it's an equivalent trade, but it makes sense. I was curious to read in the dev diary that they're setting the estimated release date of episode 5 for, I said, late 2023, which is interesting because episode 4, I think it came out last year. Yeah, I think it came out last year, so that'll be 2 years in between. But that's also they also had the split between story and survival mode, and then adding the DLC and whatnot. So that's a lot of work for Hinterland, which is it's not a big company. So I can understand why they can only focus on so many things at once. Because even if they have like a story team and a survival team, and I don't know that they do. I have absolutely no insight into the workings of Hinterland. But even if they do, I imagine they're going to probably have some of the same hands working on both projects, and that's going to slow the development of story mode at least until like until after December. Because once they have like the DLC out and finished, and probably January, because they'll also want to get the DLC and all the new content set for console players as well. Oh, leaving the coal, leaving the coal. We don't need more stuff. Leaving the coal. I am annoyed with myself walking past all this coal. I want it. I want the loot. There. I will console myself with another flare. Nope. Okay, fine. I can't help it. I mean, I probably can. But do I want to? But then, yeah, I guess then there is one other thing to think about. Because I guess whenever episode 5 comes out, I mean, that's probably it. At least as far as like our time with Will and Astrid developing as characters, because it seems unlikely there would be a Long Dark 2 or the Mackenzie Chronicles or what have you. So, yeah, episode 5, that's going to be putting a button on Will and Astrid, and I guess our time with them as anything other than like largely silent protagonists, or well, I say silent protagonists. Maybe not as silent as many people would like. Back to work. Okay, Maisie, thanks for coming by. Great to have you. Um, I hope work sucks as little as possible. There, that's a diplomatic way of putting it, right? Actually, yeah, it's midday, and also we we have a long climb ahead of us, and we're about 2/3 sleep. So let's see if 1 hour will help. Uh, well, it didn't help as much as I would like, but we are also armed with coffee. So, oh yeah, any snacking we can do? There. That'll fill that up, which means we can use that. And that won't quite get us to full thirst, which is good, which means we can drink our coffee. Excellent. So yeah, considering that that's going to be like our last dance with Wilstrid, Astral. I don't know. You know, the long dark power couple. I can understand why Hinterland would want to take its time and, you know, give them the send off they deserve. Because that's a also that's gonna it feels like there's gonna be a lot for them to put together. Because you know, spoilers ahead if you haven't played episode 4. First off, I would recommend you do that. It's good stuff. Um, but yeah, when last we left off, Will and Jazz were there, still there in Blackrock, and then Astrid had, I guess, floated from Coastal Highway question mark to I guess whatever. If Perseverance Mills isn't a zone in itself, then whatever biome Perseverance Mills is in. So that and Mackenzie has the case, but Astrid knows what to do with it, and she's with the people who need it. So it might take some doing to bring those two crazy kids together. Of course, that's even assuming that's what Hinterland wants to do. You know, they might have other plans for Wilstrid. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what else that would be, or if they could do that and have anything resembling a satisfying ending. It's probably not going to be a quote unquote happy ending. The game doesn't seem to lend itself to such. And we're starting to snow. Thanks, game. All right. There we go. Okay, so we have summited. So first things first, we get to the plane, and then we grab the distress pistol. And I guess having gone to the trouble of bringing a hacksaw all this way, I guess we could poke around in some of those cases to see if we can get some clothing that doesn't suck. But if it does suck, you know, the clothing we have is, I would say, good enough to last us, because we're not, as Zach so often says, like, it's a challenge, so you don't have to worry about anything that happens once you complete the quests. Do we have a backup hacksaw anywhere in here? Oh, hello. Energy bar. Did someone tell the game that energy bars and stims were basically the same thing? Because they're not. Okay. Real quickly, while it is on my mind, we'll go ahead and load it now, because better to do that now than when a very large creature is bearing down on us. So we have 180% hacksaw, which should get us through most of this stuff.
Okay.
No, not okay. I mean, they're good food and all, but they're also quite heavy. Okay, we'll leave those for now. We will probably come back here, because somewhere in here is a container that has a whole mess of coffee in it. We will definitely be partaking of that.
I'll take it.
Yeah, don't need those so much. Ooh, yes,
This will come
no,
in handy.
yes, no, maybe, no, no. Yeesh. 22%. Well, you got 87%, 78%. You know what? There. We go full Canadian. To heck with your balaclava.
But nobody needs this anymore.
Nope, definitely not. Even more soda. No, how is our hacksaw doing? 50%. Ooh.
Looks like this has been here a while.
No. Maybe one of those advanced recipes that were also mentioned in the dev diary. Hey, there we go. No, yes, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes. Okay, so that's an extra 30 coffees if we need them. But yeah, maybe one of those extra or those advanced recipes they talked about in the dev diary. They can make peanut butter crackers, which are just an objectively good snack. Leather. Is there anything we want to repair with leather? Not really.
Thank you.
Nope, 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 nope. We check those, we check those. Okay. Almost there. There's going to be one that has good pants. I know there is. Maybe.
This stuff will come in handy.
No. Yes. No, no, yes. Maybe.
I think I can use
Hey.
this.
Okay. Eh. Eh. Tell you what, give me that Expo parka. Let's see. Okay. First off, yes to those. Just drop those. Snow pants, absolutely. What's that do to our sprint meter? It's not terrible. How are climbing socks? Even at 39%, they're an improvement. Which is fine. That'll just be a straight swap. That thick wool sweater is better than our current thick wool sweater. Absolutely. Weird. We're not touching that beauty. More warmth. Only a little less wind protection. All right. And maybe we'll wear that one on the inside so it doesn't get beat up quite so much. What did I... Oh, yeah. 32%. No, let's take one more thick wool sweater. How about that? Or is that even better? Yeah, it's pretty much better in every way. Oh wow, is that all? That's all. That's all under there now. Okay. And we have 20% left on the hacksaw. Stem, yes. 15%. It might survive. Excellent. No, no. Sure, no. Sure, no. Yes, no, 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 no. Okay. Fine there. You know what? That hacksaw gave us all. I salute it. Time to move on. We have a silly amount of revolver ammo, but that's fine. That's by design. No extra clothing. 3 stims now, which we love to see. Last thing we'll check before we go, one of the Carl Bobs down here might also have some stuff for us.
Best be prepared for anything.
Hey, finally, our first go drink. Military coat? No. After all this time, finally a go drink. Figures in the one game mode where they actually come in, well, they come in the most handy. How about that? No, it's been a hassle and a half to find them. Okay, so we'll just work our way back around here. See, where are we food-wise? There. Let's go by weight. That's fine, 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 fine. Do we need 2 fire strikers? Probably not. Um, those are all fine. We will probably be spraying something on the way down, so we'll keep those. No, temperature, we are actually temperature neutral, so we don't need to worry about that. Let's just eat however much of this MRE we can, which is most of it. 0.27 kilograms, that's fine. Weight-wise for tools, that's good. Okay. Go back to sorting by condition. Real quick, let's pound another coffee. Awesome. And then now, before the weather turns on us even more, we are going to take the quick way down. And I fully expect to have 4 sprains by the end of this. Anything less than 4 will be considered a triumph. And there we go. Good start, Astrid. There, can we get over there? Let's see if we can get over there. There we go. Easy does it. Nope, still at 100%. All right, fine. Good grief. No, did I? I think I might have. I might have veered a little far off of the goading route I usually take. Yeah, I usually end up down there. An ankle and a wrist. Well, this is not where I thought I would be, but since we're here, I do spy, I think. I thought I saw a climbing rope somewhere around here. Now, I could have just been hallucinating. But no, there we are. We are under our carrying capacity. Now, obviously, we cannot. Got to patch ourselves up. I'm not sure I've ever taken this way down before, so I don't know if this is necessarily going to be a PB in terms of time, especially given that blizzard that really hung us up in Pleasant Valley. But it's at the very least it is a learning experience for me. So hopefully that is at least mildly entertaining for you, the viewer. Okay, yeah, I can definitely see where we want to be. Over there. Oh. Well, we might be able to get away with this. More or less. There we go. You were doing so well, Astrid. All right, well, we're at the engine, and
First aid soon.
I expected 4 sprains, and well, we got 4 sprains. Maybe not in the order or the locations where I thought they would happen, but hey, the planning paid off. Okay. No more loot. No more loot. Come on. Come on, trooper. You know better. Okay. Okay, yeah, rope over there, which means we want to go this way. And you know what? I know that we left a bunch of loot back at Mountaineers, but honestly, I think we're fine. We can probably just head straight out of Timberwolf, and then we can get to the prepper cache. Hey, laptop bud, how's the reception here?
Hope nobody
Bad?
needs this anymore.
Yeah, kind of figured. All right, keep searching. Oh, here we go. There begins. This is probably my favorite track off the soundtrack. So, forgive me if I shut up a little bit while it plays. Good thing I can't zone in anywhere and cut it off. Yeah. All right, and there's, I think that is, that the landing gear we're looking for? That doesn't look like landing gear. That does look like a moose, though. Did we? Dadgummit. Okay, we're back at the wing. No, no, you, Mr. Mooseykins, you just stay over there. Okay, so we got turned around in broad daylight, which is, see, like I said. And there's a bear over there. But we're just making all kinds of friends here today. Okay, so keeping Fuzzy Wuzzy at a respectful distance. Let me at least head up here. Well, we can see what we can see. Because if my memory serves, Can I remember that little bit of troll tree that looks like it should be a friendly piece of coal just sticking out there for you to find, but no, it is just a piece of a larger branch that you can't do anything with. Yeah, there we go. There's a burned out torch right there. There's also a wolfie over there, so try to give that a wide berth, but I do believe now we are on the right path. Yes. I don't think we're not in danger from said wolfie, so we don't need to spook those deer over there. It's probably unlikely that there's any kind of coffee slash go drink slash stims in the fishing hut, but we'll check. Never know. Uh, there is a granola bar at 41% too. We don't need that. Don't need that. The knife stuck menacingly into a cabinet. You know what? I'll take the piece of cloth. We burned through a few bandages. Although really, other than going down to from from out of the transition from Timberwolf to Pleasant Valley, I think that's the only climb we have left. And even that doesn't really need to be a climb. We could goat that too, although I can also see a scenario in which that's more trouble than it's worth. Okay, where are we? Stuff-wise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are all fine. Uh, lamp, we're good. Here, let me grab that. 1.9 liter. Here. If we need to make some more coffee, that'll come in handy. Those are all fine. That's all fine. 22 matches plus a fire striker. Definitely good. Okay. We are temperature neutral. So let's head out. Next stop, preppers. I would think we can get there before nightfall. Now we have a little more than 4.5 days in-game time to complete this, but I mean, basically, since we are more than halfway there, I mean, I'm kind of tempted to start pushing a little. See, at the very least, see if we can't make up for the time we lost coming in through Pleasant Valley with that dang blizzard. But I also know, like, we have, yeah, just the 3 stems, the 1 go juice, although we are also lousy with coffee. We can also start sprinting, but I mean, is that more trouble than it's worth given the extra energy burn? I don't know. I have not done the sciencing like other people have. There's the landing gear. Yeah, so I think Although I think we're on a pretty decent pace. And now, as I think back, because if story mode, let's say story mode ends, what is that, late 2023? But now they split the story mode and they split story mode and survival mode. What I wonder is, like the DLC, like the content pack, it's supposed to be what is it, like 3 new regions plus all that extra stuff. I think that over the course of 12 months, I think is what the dev diary said. I'm wondering like how much does Hinterland want to keep running with the Long Dark and adding more content, more regions to that versus, especially like if Raph is stepping away from leading the project, does Hinterland come out with its second game? And if so, what might that be? Not again, not that I'm saying that's the thing they need to do or that I want them to do. I really dig this game, and I'm excited to see what directions they go with it, especially with a new creative director. But I'm also operating under the assumption that RAF and the people at Hinterland, you know, they want to be more than a one game studio.
You need to rest soon.
I guess I'm just curious when that shift is something worth making in their minds. 'Cause, I mean, you have your artistic considerations, as regards to the Long Dark, and it's a the Hinterland folks have put their heart and soul into that for something like 8 years now, and they could probably get we the community would probably stick with them for another few more. But I have to wonder at some point at what point you also have to work in like the financial considerations. Like if at some point like sales of the Long Dark start dropping off, or well, no, they're not publicly owned, so that wouldn't be an issue. But commerce will inevitably intrude on art if art gets big enough. So I wonder where that break point would be for them. We are over encumbered by by a fair bit. Okay, goading it is. And as I said, even if Hinterland doesn't go for try to hit it big necessarily and like put out you know a quote unquote big game. Like I said, there are still
Any luck overseas?
financial considerations and the considerations of like the financial livelihood of every all of Hinterland's employees. I mean, artistically, it might be satisfying to just stick with the Long Dark in perpetuity, but is that might be in the artistic interest of Hinterland, but is it the financial interest? I don't know. Like I said, not having run a business, I am I can't say that I'm all that familiar with these kind of considerations, but I would think it's something that, Raf and the other leadership there would have to consider. If only, if only in the back of their minds as they're continuing to work with the Long Dark. Okay, we're 7 kilograms over. We are pretty well dead tired. It is just about sundown. Is there anything in dire need of? I'll try it once. And that was 2 of our 4 pieces of cloth, so yeah, game, screw you. Actually, you know what? To heck with it. Let me eat something salty, like ketchup chips, for instance. We'll get some coffee in us. We'll get some more coffee in us. Let's go. Let's just go. We know what needs to be done, and we're going to go do it. That a deer? That's a deer. Hey, deer. Now, this might not be the wisest play out there, because there's nowhere to safely sleep, basically between here and the mine. But at the same time, once we get here past the point of disagreement and the 2 wolves that patrol here, the big concern is there's the bear, on the bend coming, around the far side. But once we're past that, we should have a pretty clear shot to the mine, and then it's just going into coastal and dancing past all the furry woodland friends there, and then 2 or 3 wolves and crumbling highway, and then we can just power to the lighthouse. And suboptimal as the light is, we are temperature neutral, which is okay as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, and I usually stream from 9 to midnight my time. I guess that's 9 a.m. to noon Eastern time. But completing this might take slightly longer than that, but you know what? The heck with it. We're going to finish it out. There's no reason we can't do this in one sitting. And plus, it's a Friday night for me. I'm not working tomorrow, so we can afford to stay up a little later, have a little fun. Okay, so there, you see the little the nice road barriers telling us that we are, or at least on what passes for a road around these parts, which is good because it tells us we're on the right track, but it's also slightly concerning because that means we're on the road, near which could be a bar. So on that note, let me just have another coffee, make sure we have Sprint available to us. Just keeping my head on a swivel here because, even in it's an overcast evening, but we can still kind of see, but we can also kind of not. And, even in the reasonably lit room in which I find myself, visibility in the game is not the greatest. But I see these burned out cottages, which tells me we should be past where the Bears patrol route is. Yep. There you are. I appreciate those glowing eyes of yours, pal. There. Take a pot shot at him for good measure. I had an inkling that was going to happen, but I still jumped. That's probably there on the VOD. Because there's one up there. I think there might be another wolf here closer to the entrance to the path to the mine. I think. That's another thing I wonder about. Because I know in the dev diary, Hinterland said they were going to redo the entire loot table, and then the loot distribution as well. So that's going to be a thing to behold. What I wonder is they also said something about messing with the wildlife too. I wonder what that's going to be. Okay, that's the dead end. So we go past that. But I wonder. I didn't see anything there about new wildlife. Well, I guess people were holding out hope for like mountain lions or I don't know armadillos or whatever it is that people want Hinterland to do. They might be disappointed, but if they're going to rework the wildlife, like the distribution thereof, I'm curious what that's going to be. Because in addition to map knowledge, which is like one of the keys to getting good at the long dark, another really important way to survive is learning, animal patrol routes. Where to expect bears, like say back at the bend in the road there. So if those patrol routes are going to change with the big update in December, what if that's one more thing long-term players of the game are going to have to adapt to. Of course, they might just be cool with that, because especially if like one of these people like like Athenon or Kimi or Wands or Curiosity, people who have thousands of hours in the game. If all of a sudden you need to relearn large parts of this game that you've put so much time into, that might actually be a fun prospect. Yeah. It's not completely fresh and new. You're not having to relearn all the maps necessarily. The game's not going to change to that extent, but it's the loot distribution, animal patrol routes. And plus that's in addition to like the 3 new regions and their connectors. That's a lot to add to your knowledge. So that's if I was in their position, I would think that would be pretty promising for a game that like Corn Dog was saying earlier. If you've played it a lot, it can get kind of stale. So a shakeup could be just what people like that need to rekindle their enjoyment of the Long Dark. Of course, if you're a complete scrub like me, I mean, it gets turned around in Timberwolf Mountain in broad daylight, well, you don't have to worry about things feeling old hat. I I turn 90 degrees the wrong direction and things suddenly look all wondrous and new. Sure, why not one more revolver cartridge? And you know what? I will have another coffee, thank you. Yeah, poor Astrid's heart is going to be in rough shape after all this. I see rifle ammo over there. No, game, no. Coal, also no. Nope, nope, not going there. We are in no need of loot. We are in negative need of loot, really. We should be shedding stuff. But me being me, I just can't bring myself to part with any of this lovely, lovely stuff I have. No, no, come on, come on. There's no need for us to be doing the pilgrim loot shuffle when we are at least ostensibly on a time limit. But coffee, stims,
Well, this stuff
a
will come in handy.
cloth for bandages. Okay. Oh, another stem. Fantastic. Okay. And a revolver cartridge. How many stims does that give us? Now we're up to 5. Excellent. Okay. And another flare. Sure, why not? This is going to be... This will be a fun finish, I think. Come on. There we go. We're okay weight-wise. I think next thing we might do is maybe we'll use that Go drink. Or alternatively, since Coastal Highway has also decided to welcome us with a blizzard in Pleasant Valley fashion, maybe what we do instead is we'll head to the cabin over here. We'll give Astrid a couple hours of shut-eye, and then we'll see if the storm passes by then. Fine. No, 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 no. Sure. No, no, no. Okay. Okay, we'll just go through these low condition stuff, or lower condition stuff. We'll get Astrid nice and thirsty. Throw down a soda. How long is that for? Oh, did we lose that? We lost it. Perfect. Guess that means it's time for bed. Let's check back in 4 hours. See if the storm's passed. It definitely has not. Okay, try another 3. Now that sounds like a storm has passed. Still not quite daylight out, but that is fine. Dig into a little more of that MRE. All right, there we go. And a little coffee to start the day. Ooh, wow. Heading out just in time for a nice purple sunrise. Good stuff. Excellent. So let's get ourselves down to the road. Although, I mean, I am tempted. I shouldn't, but I will. Let me just remind myself. Key bindings, screenshot, F9. Thank you, game. Yep. There we go. What's the Steam F1? F12? Hey, Water Lily, welcome back. Oh, how about that? Okay, one more for the road. Nice. Okay. There. Took a couple screenshots. Now it is officially a long dark run. And most importantly, now that we can see, I think it's time we start hustling. Now, this might not be the smartest thing, given this is going to attract the attention of any nearby furry woodland creatures lurking while you make lunches. I support your lurk. Because I'm thinking, Lily, what we're going to do here, since we are so close to actually wrapping this up. Oh, I mean, we are so close to wrapping this up, but at the same time, oh man, do I want to stop and take screenshots. I mean, come on.
Looks like I made it through another night.
You sure did, Astrid. And we got well fed. Awesome sauce. Yeah, so my thinking, especially now that the sun is up and we can see, I might just, because we have, I think, what do we have? We have 5 stems now. They were late in coming, but we did get them, so I might just dope Astrid up something fierce and keep her adrenalized to the gills, because all we need to do is cut across here, avoiding the bear, of course. We cut through Crumbling Highway, go through the connecting mine, and then we're pretty much there. Then it is to hop, skip, and a jump to the lighthouse, and we see if we are in fact alone out here. So, what the heck? Now there's a sunrise for you. Went from a nice purple to a kind of a blood orange. We'll just keep going until Astrid can't go no more. Which is a remarkable amount, really. There we go. Quick crazy Ivan in case our bear friend is about. But no, neither he nor any wolfies appear to be anywhere about. Which tells me we can keep going. Ah, the heck with it. Another. There we go. We will have to slow down a little bit when we get to the part in Crumbling Highway where you have to crawl, which isn't great, but all things considered, it's a minor inconvenience. There we go. Oh, let's also get one of these out because I know there are wolfie friends about. Sprinting may well alert them to our presence. Ah, that's sunrise. Ah! It taunts me. But no, we must stay focused. Victory is in sight. Okay, now there is, if I remember correctly, there's a little mini shortcut up here. Not game breaking by any means, but it'll save a little bit of time as opposed to having to go all the way out around the pickup truck and back. Go this way. Yes. Yeah, there we go. Handy little shortcut. Especially if for some reason you're playing Dark Walker and I guess finishing in Desolation Point. I'm not sure why you'd do that, but maybe you do. Okay, we'll do the go drink in here, just in case. Lovely. So there's probably no sense burning a stim, because we're going to have to crouch at least twice if I remember this bit of the mine correctly. And I don't, but that's okay. Nope, 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 no, no, no. Okay, one cartridge. We move on. All right, there we go. There's the other crouching bit. There we are. And you know what, friend? You've given us good service, so you can just hang out right there. Don't need you, don't need you. because things are fully lit, and we can pretty well see exactly where we want to go. Right over there, in fact. Lovely. Nice. And once again, we stim to win. And we pop out the flare, because there will probably be at least one wolf between us and the lighthouse. So best to be prepared. You know, it wasn't until I started playing with headphones on that I actually figured out that not only do you get the little strobe effects when you stim up, but you also hear the heartbeat. Yeah. Race you, Wolfie. No time for tired, Astrid. Yeah. Quickly, to the roof. Yeet. Yoo-hoo. Anyone? Anyone? Anyone there? All right. Here goes. All right. Well, 3 days, 2 hours, 8 minutes. What does confirm do? Oh, wait, bother. Nope, that's that is the exact opposite of what I wanted to do. 3 days, 2 hours, 8 minutes. Probably not the most impressive. But you know what? Hey, it's a personal best for me. Can I game? Hello? Hello? Thanks. All right. Well, that is going to do it for tonight, friends. Thank you so much for coming by. Thank you to Nougat and thank you to Corn Dog for swinging by. I appreciate that. And Lily and Packer and Sweet and anyone else who happened to be lurking. I appreciate all you lurkers too. I I am frequently one myself. So, um, let me see if I can set up a raid. Let's see who else is streaming right about now. Do we know anyone playing the Long Dark, perhaps? Hmm. Oh, hey, my buddy Dauntless is streaming. Um, yeah, let's go give her a raid. So if anyone wants to stick around for the raid, you're more than welcome. Otherwise, go ahead and head off, wherever it is you want to go. I'm not your dad. But regardless, thanks so much, and I'll try to come back and stream again right about start about 9 p.m. night time. That's about 9 a.m. Eastern in the U.S. tomorrow. So, folks, thanks a lot, and let's go drop raid on my good buddy Dawn. She's another great variety streamer.